Aloha, this is Uncle Onyo from the Kauai Museum. What we're doing today is a heart. The heart is such an international symbol of love, care. It's kind of a nice project to work on. So this today we'll be working with Hala. I've already cut the strips. I need 7 strips, roughly 5/8 inch and about 12 inches long. Uh, it's always a good idea to moisten your lauhala and then work it like this, because what we're doing is we're infusing water and developing some flexibility. I've already done this, so let's start. So the first thing is you got to recognize the good side and the bad side of the lauhala. This is the kind of good side and this is the bad side. I'm going to get the first one, I'm going to fold it in half, just like that. I am going to get another, the one of the 7 strips. I'm going to put this on inside of the lauhala and then hold it like this. Okay, so now I'm going to get one more strip. I'm going to put it directly behind it, but good side facing out, just like that. And then I put it down to make it easier for me to work. So as you can see, this pattern of the lauhala is horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. We are working with this section right here. So in order to protect this pattern, I'm going to lift this up here, bring this down, the one in the back, and then bring this back up. In order to lock this so it doesn't kind of move from me, I'm going to lift this up here. Okay? Now I'm going to do the same on the left side. I'm going to bring this over like this, bring this down, open it up, lock it, bring it up. There. So I did the face. Now I'm going to flip it over and do the back portion. So what happens now is I'm going to get the right horizontal piece and bring it down. And then it's always good to work in sequence. Yeah, I'm going to bring this up so that it locks in the piece. And then I'm going to bring this left side down. There. So now the next thing we're doing is, this is the portion we're working on. We're going to add this strip right here. So what happens is that I'm going to cut one of the 7 pieces in half. And then I'm going to put it right here, inside of this edge here, yeah, inside of the edge. Then I'm going to ulana. From the far left, it comes up. Center, it comes down. And when I work on the right side, I'm pushing it to the left, yeah? Pushing it to the left so that there are no gaps, okay? So that's one point. And then I'm going to turn this over and do the back side. What happens is that this goes directly across. And then far left, get over that hump and then come down. And I'm pushing to the right this time. This I'm going to pull and then come up. This I'm going to bring down. And then this extra piece I need to tuck in so it kind of stays. So this is what I'm doing now. I'm going to get this part, bring it down. This I'm going to bring up. I'm going to get this piece here. I'm going to lock it there. And then I'm going to bring this down. Far left comes up. And this is complete. What I'm going to do now is get a pin and pin it there. And then I'm going to do one more identical to this so that it becomes the other part of the heart. Yeah? So one more time, we get a piece, fold it in half. Get a good side inside of the first piece. Get this and put it on the outside. This is a good side, it goes here. Now it's easier if I put it down, open this up to protect the pattern. The one in the back comes down, parallel to the centerpiece. This comes over. To lock it, I'm going to bring this up. For left, open it up so I can bring this down. And then this comes up, I lock it. I'm going to flip this over and do the back side. This right horizontal comes down. To lock this in, I'm going to pull down just a bit. And then this comes up. This comes down. There. And then so now I am going to do this portion here. I am going to put this extra piece here, and I'm putting it inside of the edge, yeah? So, far left comes up, center comes down, far right, I'm going to push this hollow so that there's no gaps in between, and then I'm going to flip it over. The left piece comes through. I don't bring this down. I gotta lift it up to get over that hump and come down. This comes up and this comes down. Then I'm gonna flip it over. Like I did in the past, I'm gonna take this off. You see this extra piece here? This goes over and then center one comes up. So it tucks in this piece over here and down. Far left comes up. And so this is complete. Now we are going to add the two pieces. When you add the two pieces, you see this is vertical and this is horizontal. It's very important that these be different so it matches up completely. I'm going to take this off. And what do I have here? Okay, I have two horizontal, so I'm going to flip this one over and then stick it right through. To make it easier, sometimes if I bring this down, I should just cut this extra thing off. And I'm going to do the same with this one over here, just so that we don't have any other pieces kind of lying around and kind of distracting what you're supposed to do. There we go. Cut that puppy off. There. So now this is horizontal. This needs to be vertical. There we go. And so I'm going to slip this. Remember, this is like a pocket. We're creating pockets, yeah? So this point right here should match up like this. There, there. And then the right side comes down. And then this goes over, that's under, that's perfect. Now this centerpiece is good, but this needs to come up. And this needs to go over here. And then how is this one over here? This comes down, this goes over. Remember, we got to protect that pattern, and so we need to alternate it. This is good right here. Okay, so you see, except there's a little gap over here. I got to push this up to hide that gap. There. Now I'm going to flip this puppy over to do the other side. So top right comes down, over, perfect, and this comes down. This I need to bring up, over that, this and down, and then this one over here is over, under. What you gotta do is just kind of remember where the pattern. Good. So this is complete. All I gotta do is now is tuck in these three pieces, yeah? So I'm gonna turn this over here. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to, these two, I'm going to cut it just below this line right here. Just like that. Just like that. This one over here, I'm going to cut even. Just so that, come there, I'm going to cut it there. Now, since this is a horizontal, this needs to be a vertical. If I bring this down, it becomes that vertical, and this is good. I'm just going to lift this up. There. This is good. This is a vertical. So I need to protect this. So if I bring this down, this becomes a vertical. I cannot let that happen because the horizontal pattern prevails. So I'm going to have to cut this over here like this. Now it helps when you have this little tool, because what I'm doing is I'm going to send this through underneath, because I got to get it just above there. So when I pull it through, it goes through perfect. Now I'm going to tighten this puppy up. There we go. And then the last one I'm going to put down over here. I'm going to kind of make this somewhat pointed so that I can get underneath here. There. So I did one side. Now to make it just a little bit easy for me, I'm just going to cut all of this off so you can see the operation of the other side easier. So with this precision scissors, it allows me to cut it really tight, yeah? There. Okay, so now I gotta do this. So this one over here is a horizontal. I gotta keep this, so I'm gonna cut this over here because the one in the back, if I flip it over, it becomes a vertical piece. That's necessary to protect the pattern. This one over here is doing the same thing. And then this one over here, I'm just going to cut it just below the line. Okay, so now starting from the far right, I'm going to cut this to make it a little point. Over and then under. If I cannot get it through, I use the tool, but am I successful? Oh, good job, Eugene. Yeah. And then protecting the pattern here, this is a vertical piece, so this goes directly over. Cut this to a point over here. And then I'm going underneath. So this one here doesn't need the help of the tool. Oop. There we go. Stick that in. There we go. And then, come on. There. And then the last one, I am going to cut it, make it a little point. Over and under. Let's see, am I able to do it? Good job, Eugene. There we go. There. And then all I need to do is cut off the excess. And here you have it. Wonderful. Mahalo nui loa. Aloha.